What's the most important thing that the current spiritual movement is missing? Coming up right after this. Good afternoon, this is Lucky Lynx. I have hinted at this before, and I've phrased this a couple of other ways in past videos, but I have currently, for those of you who don't know, I have currently started my Tibetan Bon cosmology training. Just started yesterday, and already my mind is pretty blown. And I'm studying with His Holiness Padma Gampa Rinpoche, who's been my master for 12 years now. And something occurred to me this morning, and I've been trying to articulate it quite a few different ways for a while. And I think I want to restate this because I think this is important. When I first started doing the tarot, I did because I didn't believe what the people around me were telling me. I had teachers in college. I had parents who, thought they'd figured it out. I had friends who all had advice, what I should and shouldn't be doing, but they didn't seem happy themselves. I had I was reading, New Age stuff. I was reading philosophy. I was reading lots and lots of fiction, lots of fairy tales, lots of stories. I worked at a bookstore at the time, and if I could, the things that I got a hold of and I just read, I was just, teachers who all, I had a dance teacher, I had art teachers, I had writing teachers, and everyone coming out of different perspectives, science teachers. None of them seemed to have what I was looking for, an answer. And I see now, even the books I read, I get little glimpses of things, but I never got the answers I was looking for. And then I see the phenomenon now, because now I know what was missing, and now I know what was wrong. But I see this phenomenon now with these modern gurus, and sometimes I'll catch their YouTube channel or something, or I'll catch something on social media and I'll watch what they have to say, or I'll catch someone who channels. There were a lot of, and I listened to channels and read stuff by channels when I was younger, and I was starting out in this stuff as well. And they always seem to have all the answers, right? First of all, they never seem to make a mistake. They have all the answers. It's downloaded straight from the heavens. And here's all the answers for you. It's always out there. It's the way it always seemed. It always seemed at the bookstores, I was reading these books by authors who were dead. They were out there, Chekhov was gone. Socrates was gone. They were all gone. So the answer was out there. The religions were like, pray out there. The answer's out there. And these gurus now, they're like, oh, well, this is what's going on with consciousness, and this is what's going on with, we're evolving, and we're becoming higher in our consciousness, and we're downloading, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it. There's no mistakes. They don't make any mistakes. They've got all the answers. They just snap their fingers and all the answers come. They don't seem to have to work for it, or study, or be with a master who actually transmitted it. It's all coming from the heavens. Same thing with the priests and stuff I saw in the religions. They had convenient answers for everything, but yet they were alcoholics, or they were harming kids, or they were just incredibly unhappy. They had all these little perfect answers of the way it would have and should have been. And it all seemed to be out there. It all seemed to be coming from some divine place. And when you ask how you get to that divine place, well, you can't. You pray, or you be a good person, or or you channel it, and then the channel tells you, infallibly what's going on, and I don't buy it. It was all too perfect. Because the one thing that all of these books I was reading, and novels, and people I was hearing, and experts, and channeled information, all this stuff, and workshops I was taking, they never looked at what was going on around here. And it seemed to me that the answer was right here. And it was right before our eyes. We just couldn't pick it apart. Why do I do what I do? Why is the behavior that I have the way it is? Does my behavior have something to do with the way I feel? How do I become more successful? How do I make my dreams come true? Is the answer right here? Is it within my ability? Is it within my grasp? Can I do it? Everyone was telling me, read The Dead Author. Listen to this guy. Go hear his lecture. See this guy who's a psychic medium tell you about your dead relatives. It was all out there. No one said, hey, the pieces, when I found this, I could start to see at least patterns, and I started to recognize, okay, so, wait a minute. I notice when this one comes up, it means that something that I did in the past is going to bear fruit now. Wait a minute. When this one comes up, it means it's within my power. And if I do some kind of process, I can get something to happen, and probably good things are going to come from this. If I see this one, well, I'm worrying, and I'm getting in my own way. If I see this one, yes, it's going to be a good day because I'm going to have a victory. Suddenly things were in my ability, my power. When I started looking at numerology, I was insane with numerology. I was like running around, like adding up everything and looking at and I saw a lot of connections in numerology. And I think numerology is fantastic. And when I started looking at astrology and I was doing charts and stuff, I started to see some, but I said something's missing here, which is why, and you guys have heard me say this, I don't believe Western astrology has all the answers. I believe Western astrology made up a lot of crap. Now that I'm looking at cosmology, Tibetan cosmology, I'm actually seeing how the pieces fit together in a much bigger way. And some of these things that I saw happening in here, well, I'll tell you why that's going to happen this way, because this, and this added up to this. We spend so much time looking up here, looking out there, looking for the divine to come down. We are missing it. The answer is in the fact that you are a human being. Even when people talk about past lives and where they've come from, and they're a star seed, or they're a this, or they're a that, whatever the marketers are telling you. And I'm not saying that I don't believe that there's not life on other planets. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not even saying that I don't believe that we didn't come from somewhere else. I'm not saying that at all either. And I'm not saying that I don't believe that there's other life here with us. I'm not saying that at all either. But I do know this. People either look back or they look up here, and they don't look right where they are. And they don't say, wait, I'm a human. That means I can cultivate curiosity, and I can cultivate the drive to actually ask questions and see what's going on. The fact that I have this weakness coming up now is telling me that this is the very thing that I can work on, make stronger, make better, and then I will see this emerge. Okay, so I go more deeply into it, and a sort of spiritual calm envelops me, and now I can achieve massive amounts of nourishment that I couldn't before. There is a disservice being done in these gurus out there, in these psychics out there, in these people out there who are talking about it all being out there. It's all divine. Oh, it's coming down from divine heaven. It's right here. It's your behavior. It's your habits. It's what you came into being as. It's the very place that you are. It's the people around you. It's all, the answers are all right there. That was the first thing tarot started to teach me. There's a reason that this relationship ended. There's a reason that this thing stalled out. when I look at these things, I get stronger and more wise. And wisdom is very, very important. When I was a kid, they always said, when you die and you go to heaven, that's when you get all the answers. I said, that's not good enough. I want to know right here, right now, why I'm in this body, why these people are around me, why you're behaving the way you are, why this was really hard, why I struggled, and how to get better. And the big question, do I have to go through this? Right on cue, the deck cut for me. Do I have to go through this pain of confusion, this pain of not understanding who I am, why I'm here, and why everything is tensing me out, stressing me out, or causing anxiety? Do I have to live like that? Or is there another way? And I certainly didn't think the psychiatrists had the answers. And I certainly didn't think the doctors had the answers. Think about this. Why are you born where you're born? Why are you born in the body that you're born? Why are you born around the people that you're born? What causes the suffering that you experience? Do you think there's a way to change it? These are some of the questions that really made me start to go, And here's another one. Isn't it okay if you're on a spiritual path to make a mistake, to not know everything, so that you can actually get better and learn more? Isn't that how we gain power? And isn't that how we gain understanding? And isn't that understanding that leads to wisdom? Isn't that what compassion should really be? Where you can say, wait a minute, I've been in this situation. I know how that's done. And you know what? I know what it's like when someone shoves their garbage on top of it. So I'm going to stand back and I'm going to go, what does this person really need? That's another thing. These gurus right now, these psychics, these people, they seem to quite often be talking so much about their problems, what they're projecting onto a situation. Each of us has something that we're going to, special to who we are and where we've been and where we're going. Start to ask the questions. And if you need help, find someone who can help you ask those questions. But start to ask those questions. And stop thinking the answer's out there. Stop thinking the answer's in the future. Stop thinking it's from the planet that you came from. It's not. The answer is right here, right now, where you are. With all your challenges, with all your problems, with all your curiosities, with all your passions, with all your confusion. That's right where the magic really begins. And for all those people who talk about magic, and they downplay it, and they make it seem like it's a thing that can't really happen, at the same time they're talking about, well, this is all magic. No, magic is not dysfunction. Magic is magic. And the way that you make magic is to understand really what you are, what's going on, and what this stuff that we're all living in and are made of is actually comprised of. That's how you get to magic. I'm Lucky Lynx. As always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do. If you guys would like to start asking some questions and you don't know how and you want to get a reading, hey, let's do a reading. I can do a reading for you. I got tarot at my disposal. I got crystal ball readings. I got you name it. I probably can do it. I can also do Tibetan divination and Kilcore work. That's a little more expensive because I'm actually there's actually quite a bit that goes into that. If you're interested in any of that, contact me and I'll let you know how to do it. But remember, I started this journey just by saying, hey, I want to ask some questions, and I got real good at figuring out how to use the tarot to ask questions. And if you'd like to learn how to use the tarot to ask questions, and you'd like to take a tarot class, I got a basic tarot class, I got an advanced tarot class. I can put you in either one of them. I've got one in how to read Mexican Loteria cards. I've got one in how to read Lenormand. Got a Lenormand deck in here. Lenormand. One on how to read Lenormand. I got one in how to read playing cards. I got one in how to read the crystal ball, and I think it's all of them. If you'd like to take any of these cards, oh, by the way, the Lenormand, I've got a basic and I've got a grand tableau. If you'd like to take any of these classes, contact me, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. And if you'd like a reading, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. And for those of you who've donated, thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate it. I will be putting my PayPal, my Venmo below. If you like these videos, you want to donate to help keep them coming, I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hey, if you want your Tibetan astrology done, I will be doing Tibetan astrology charts here very soon. 5 planets are involved. It tells you, I don't even want to know if some of the things that it tells you are pretty scary, and some people might not be prepared for it, but it's pretty amazing stuff. In about two to 3 weeks, I'm taking pre-orders for charts right now. I think that's all I have to tell you guys. So ask those questions. Oh, I'll be doing the full moon reading tomorrow. I'll probably be using I just love this. For those of you who asked me, this is called the Affirmators. I cannot tell you how much I love this deck. I'll probably be doing the full moon with it tomorrow. I'll be doing full moons tomorrow. Start to ask questions. Ask those questions. Why? How? Why am I here? What am I made of? Why are we here at this time? All of those questions. They're the things that start to unlock the wisdom. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.